Yo, 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 yo. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. All right. I think I'm live. Everything is set up. So I'm just going to start doing my breakdown. I think the music's too loud. Turn it down. I don't want it to be too loud. But there's no one connected yet, so I want to know how it sounds in the actual video. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to start with what's happening right now. This is another breakdown with tech versus tech. Breakdown of the charts. Right now I'm trading Forex. I'm just on a journey to learn to get better. So I said to myself, like, I could show you once I've like mastered the skill, but I would rather show like the journey of me getting to that point where I'm a successful trader. Every day I feel like I'm successful because I'm learning, and I'm, when you don't quit and you just keep going, you just keep learning different things. So to me, that's already like the foundation for success. So anyways, I'm just showing the journey of how I'm looking at the charts right now, and slightly like over time things will slightly change as I'm learning more information, but I want to take you guys on a journey with me. So that's what I'm doing. So right now I'm going to go into the charts. I'm going to show you the breakdown for the pound. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm going to go through the breakdown of the pound yen. Which other ones? I think I'm probably going to do just 3 different charts and then show you how I break those down. Depending on how long the pound yen takes. And yeah, talk about some other things, and that'll be it. So it's 7:30 right now. I'll probably be the next, I don't think it will run past an hour, maybe less. So that's what I'm going to do. If anyone's in the chat, please let me know if you can hear. A lot of times when I'm setting this up, I have to keep on like restarting OBS so that everything is working. So I want to make sure that everything's working and that you guys can actually hear me. But anyways, let me just see. Message. All right, so seems there we go. So this is how we're gonna start. Let's see what's going on. I need to zoom in. So I start my breakdowns on the weekly chart. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna zoom into this so it's easier for y'all to see. And there's a lot of stuff happening here, so I'm gonna actually get rid of these fibs. No, I have a lock on that one. I'll leave that one for now. I can just zoom into this area so then it's easier for people to see. There we go. And then I'm gonna bring this to the front. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the structure and we'll start. That's probably the best place to start. So, hey, what's good, fam? What's good, cuz? What is good? So we're starting on we're doing a breakdown of top-down analysis of the British pound, Japanese yen. So I'm just showing all of these levels that I came to. When you watch my channel over time, it's gonna make sense. But I'm just gonna do how I would do a top-down analysis. So anyways, I'm starting on the weekly and I'm gonna look at the structure. I don't really need to go too far back because of if you look at the entire picture, I'll show you. So currently we're pushing bullish in terms of the overall chart, but in terms of structure, that's a different thing. So in terms of structure, I'm going to bring you to the last structure for the weekly. And that last structure would be this entire push. This entire push from all the way from down here all the way up here, right? So what I do is I would mark up the weekly structure. Technically, no. Okay. This area right here, it does count as a structure here, a structure point. So what I have here is this. So like I said, the overall weekly is bullish in terms of the charts just is going higher and higher. But in terms of current structure, we have this here, this push down here, this push up here, and then we have this push down here, 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 and then this is all one push here. Okay, so what I do is I take that structure, bring it down here, right? And now we're gonna decide what the direction is. See here I have the W, like WD 4 and 1, that's weekly, daily, 4 hour, and the 1 hour, and then the U, either U or D, just means up or down, just in case. And you can't really even see that, but I'm gonna actually change the screen in a while. I just want to get through this part. So we have a higher high, higher low, higher high. We have a break of that structure. So the break of the structure is right here. Okay, so there's a break of a structure here. So we have a lower, so we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, which breaks this structure here. So now we're pushing down, and then we don't come back up to break this structure here. We just push down further. So then we have a higher low, and then we have another lower low. But then when we get here, now we break the structure again. So I can actually just duplicate this here, and we have a break of structure right here. So on the weekly, I would say we're bullish, right? But remember, all the way down to, I want to make sure that that's correct. Yes, on the weekly, we're still bullish. This one right here, this level, technically it should be, when you look back this way, it should have 3 levels of support or resistance to count this as a structure, even though there's a big range of movement here, but there's only one candle. So if this doesn't count right here, then it would be this entire push. And then this is why I do feel like I have to watch price when it gets to this level here, because if it breaks this level right here, then watch. If it breaks that level there, it'll come all the way. Oh, let me unlock that level. It'll come all the way down here. Right, so I have to pay attention of how price is going to move at this level, only because this area is not really, technically should not be counted as a level because there's only one red candle. Usually when price is like changing a direction for structure, you see how there's 2 red candles in between, and like this one has multiple candles in between. That's how you get your levels of structure. So I'm going to pay attention if it breaks this level, and then I would be looking for price to come down here. But anyways, the weekly is bullish. I established that with this, knowing this. I know it's bullish. Now I'm going to move. So that weekly, I have a U here. That's for up. And then we're going to move on. I just want to get all the levels correct. So now I'm going to go down to the daily, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So we had this huge push down on the daily, and then we came back up. So basically when we were here, the daily was bullish, right? Okay, daily was bullish, but when price broke down to this level here, it broke structure here and it pushed down. And since that time, there has been no, like price has not come back up here to break this level to make it bullish again. So we're still in a downtrend. And then, so how I'm going to show you the structure here is I'm going to do the exact same thing. Right? So we have, what's up, Ted? So we have this push here, this push down, push up here, and then this push, this entire thing is one push. So as you can see, I have a line here and a line down here. That's like, so what I do is I just put like if you use TradingView, there's the horizontal ray. So for the weekly, what I did was I have a line showing the range for the weekly, which is up here. You probably can't even see it well, but I have from here to here. And then for the daily, my range, because the daily is bearish, I have a range from here all the way down to this push. And the only way this would be bullish again is if price comes back up and breaks this level right here. So anyways, I got my range for the daily. And let me just show the structure for it of why it's bearish. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we had a push down, and then that broke structure right here. Right, broke structure right here. So now I have D for down. All right, get rid of that. I'm going to actually zoom in so that the chart's easier to see right after I do this part. This is just to, like, this part is just me making the different ranges. So the last one I have to do is the 4 hour. Okay, so I got to figure out what the range is for the 4 hour now. Okay, where am I? Okay, so I'm going to draw it out. Actually, let me just make this one faint. Okay, So here, I can just start from, say, like right here, where price consolidated at this area right here, and then it broke above, and then so from here we were bullish. Let me put the right thing. From here we were bullish. We made. Gotta change that again. From right here we were bullish. Pushed up, pushed down, push up, push down. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we had this whole. But you could just, like, when you know that is an obvious push down, that broke structure here. So we broke structure here, came up here, higher high, and then we had, if you look all the way, we had a body close all the way down here. But even before that, we came down here. This is like a relative equal high, came up to this level, and we pushed down here, body closed here. So now I'm going to take this just so you can see the structure that I'm looking at, and then we're just going to do it together, right? So you had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So that broke structure, and price was bearish right at this point here. Price was bearish here. It never came up and broke this high, right? So we're still, the range is still between here. We came up again, pushed down, so we came up with a lower high. We didn't make a lower low yet. We just made another. This is just noise because it's within this range. Within this range, this is just noise, but it wasn't noise when we came down here. We body closed below everything, so we broke structure to the downside again here. We're already bearish, but you can still say this is a break of structure because it's pretty much pushing down past the lowest low, right? Okay, so break structure. So now this is no longer the highest lower high no more. Now it's this. So now this becomes your range. This becomes your range right here. So this is the lower high, this is the lower low. So you'll see that on the chart here, I have these lines that are coming across. This is mapping out the range of the lower high and the lower low. Okay, good. So now I know the weekly is bullish, I know the daily is bearish, and the 4-hour is bearish. Perfect. Okay, so now I want to know, so now I'm gonna zoom into all of these areas so we can get a close-up of what's happening with this pair. And when I say pair, for anyone that hasn't got into trading, when you have a pair, there's two parts of it, right? You have the base, and then you have the quote. So the base would be the British pound, and then the quote is the Japanese yen. So basically, it's the two. Like when you see the green candles, that's the British pound. And then the opposite would be the red candles going down. That is the yen. So when price is going up, that means the British pound is getting stronger, and in comparison, the yen is weaker. And if price is dropping, like how you see now, that means that the yen is getting stronger, and the British pound is dropping against the yen. And those fluctuations is what we're trading, right? We're trying to get on the side of holding you're trying to get on the side of, or make a trade based on the fluctuations in the price difference. So anyways, we're going to go to this scene. And I'm probably going to want to put my screen on this side, so you can see better. And then I'm just going to zoom into this area. So I don't need to no longer look at the, okay, you'll see the ranges that I have. I'm not sure if it's actually clear, but we're gonna work with it. I have so much fibs on my. I know some people like to keep all these fibs on their screen, but those are really from like last week. I don't really need to have all of them there. I know which ranges that I'm playing with. Let me just see where my daily ranges are. Can't really see my daily. Where's my daily ranges? Oh, you know what I did? You know what I did? Yeah, I made it so on the daily, my ranges only show on the daily. But anyways, these daily ranges, as you can see, it's so wide that I don't need to look at that. Like that's so price to get to these areas is going to take a while. So I'm not really focused on what's happening on the daily range. So when I go like, and I'm not really focused on what's happening on the week as yet, because the week range is from up here. We already left that. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. So the weekly range from the top is up here, and we're all the way down here. So I'm not even concerned at what's happening up there. We already started pushing down. I only really care about what's happening on the 4 hour, because we like the other weekly range at the bottom is all the way down here. So I'm only concerned at what's happening between this level right now. And then if this level breaks, then I'll be concerned about what's happening down here. But anyways, I'm going to go down to the 4 hours so we can just get a clear look at what's happening in that range. And the 4 hour range is this area to this area, which we already broke, right? So from last week, the week closed off right here. This was like the week low, this kind of like faint dotted line. You could barely see it, but that was where the week closed last week. And now we started a new week. And we're, like I said the 4 hours bearish. I actually had this line drawn from like a week, like maybe over a week ago. I had this line coming all the way down here, and then I had it, okay, maybe it might get up here, break structure, come down and get to this level here. So I've had this drawn for a while. But anyways, we breached this level right here, and now we're down here. So I'm looking for, okay, so this is how, so normally you would be waiting for, I'm actually going to make this faint because it's in my way now. So normally you'd be waiting for, let me see. I got to change these lines again so that you can actually see them. So normally when price does a push like this, you'd be waiting for some type, like you come down here and you're waiting for some type of pullback at a discount, like basically 50% or more. But because this area is a zone, I'm not looking for price to come all the way back up into here. I would be looking for price to do something like this and then drop more. Like you see this level right here of resistance. Yeah, this level right here of resistance. Price was bouncing off of this level for the longest time, but it kept on making higher lows until it finally pushed above. So now I know this week this level right here is strong and it has more than 3 touches. So if price, and then you see even when it came down again, you have all this wick rejection in this area right here. So this level solidified, like this is the resistance, and then now this is showing support. So now that we broke through support, if price pushes back up to this area right here, now I'm going to be looking for some type of entry signal to go short again. So right now you can already see, you know, we're creating this kind of like 4 hour doji. The next candle is going to close at 9 p.m. But this is the pound Japanese yen, so I wouldn't be looking to take any trades until London session, which is from 3 till noon tomorrow. So like, but pre-London will be about 2 a.m. So around that time, like I would just set an alert right here. If when price gets back here, if I see an entry signal, so if I see like a what's it called, if I see a morning star reversal, if I see like a bearish engulfing, if I see a indecision candle happen in this area here, that's when, and it closes on preferably closes like after 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock is going to be the next 4-hour candle after 9. So at 1 o'clock, I'll say, if I get some type of like indecision candle, now I'm going to be scaling down to the 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, even the 5-minute. Because I'll just check through multiple time frames to see if I get the right, like a strong reversal signal. And then if I get it, then I'll be looking to short this pair. So anyways, this would be the degen trade if you were to take it back up here and try to trade this, because you're trading against the trend. Right now, the trend is down. We already broke structure to the downside. The daily to 4 hour is to the downside. So yes, I could, if I wanted to, scale down to here. As you can see, we already start, like, let me see. The market opened back up at 5 p.m. So this candle right here. So it already started, and then you see it tried to push down, and then we got this wick. So it wants to come back up here at some point. That's my theory right now. It wants to come back up here at some point. But so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this horizontal ray. I'm going to put it here. Let me see. And then I'm going to, I like to put my alerts on the 15-minute. And the reason why I like to do that is because you'll see. So I'll set an alert here, and I put it once per bar. So every candle bar that happens every 15 minutes, I'm gonna get an alert, right? Because it's gonna take a while to move from this area. This is a 4-hour zone, so this is good enough for me. I could choose once per minute, but then London session, it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm having an alert go off every single minute. I can't do that. And if I do only once, if I miss it, I'm done. If I do once per bar close, I have to wait till for the candle to close. I would rather I would rather just have it once per bar. So every new candle, I can kind of see how the candle is moving once I get up. Let's just say I was like sleeping. If I get up, I'll be able to wait until that candle closes and see how it closes. If I'm not interested, then I will just wait a while. If not, then I just won't take the trade. But anyways, I'll put once per bar, and like you can come over here and you can put the different alarms. So I have an alarm for the trade that I want to take, and then I usually use a different one, and I'll set it closer to where I put my stop loss. So I'll get an alert even before price goes to my stop loss, because sometimes, like, if price is going to your stop loss, it won't hit it. It'll start making reversing or to go back in your favor. But I just want to be aware of what's happening on the trade. So I will actually have an alert set of something different, so that when I do see it, I'm like, okay, that sound, I know that it's coming close to my stop loss, and then I'll try to work with the trade there, whatever. I won't move my stop loss, but I just want to know what's happening. Anyways, so I already chose the alarm on the 15-minute, so that it's going to go off every 15 minutes. See how it's pushing back up again? It's going to do that for a while. And you notice that it made a higher low, right? So if it were to break under and body close below this level, then it'd probably want to push lower, but it made a higher low. So now it's already showing signs that it's trying to go back. And then you see this EMA coming down here. So there's going to be some resistance there, but that's only on the 15-minute. If I go to like the 30-minute, for example, let's see. You see how the EMA is now higher? So usually this is like acts as a dynamic resistance. So price will probably get here. While price gets here, the EMA will probably come into contact with it. Anyways, I set the alarm, so now that's done. And what I'm going to do is I took off my fib earlier. I usually will, so like I said, I look for direction on the weekly, daily, and the 4-hour, and then I'll enter on the 1-hour. And then if I'm entering on the 1-hour, once it gets to my area and I get some type of signal to go long or short, then I'm going to probably go down to like the 15-minute or whatever lowest amount I could get to get the best entry that I can. Doesn't always work, but you want to at least be able to get the best entry. That's pretty much all I can say about that. What was I going to say here? So yeah, this is my range. Oh, I want to put my fibs back on because I took them off earlier. So let's put the fib back on. So I'm going to go from the highest high, and this is the time where I can count the wick. And I'll put that all the way down to the low, the previous low. And then price retraced to around 88.6. So then the distance that it should go is to the 61.8. And then you can kind of see how coincidentally it's near this zone down here. So this is the target I'm waiting for. So I'm going to actually put a horizontal array here. And I'm going to put that as a TP. I'm probably not going to hold it all the way to the TP. But at the same time, this is the range that I'm looking for in terms of if I enter here, then I would be looking to hold at least to like around here, depending on how it goes when I see price get to this zone. Anyways, that was my total markup for the pound yen, right? I do want to talk about some other topics, but if there's any questions, leave comments in the comment section. I'm trying to go live every week, so definitely if you subscribe, you could turn on your bell notifications. So if I go live, you'll get an update of when I'm going live. But yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about some other stuff happening in the market. And yeah, and if you have any questions about like how I look at structure or how I find my areas of interest and stuff like that, I'll do videos that specifically talk about those things. But let's move on. Let's talk about, I like looking at Bitcoin. Yeah, I like looking at Bitcoin. I'm gonna look at I'm not gonna do a full top down because you already see it. I already showed you for like the on the pound yen. But I'll show you area of interest. Like this is a pair that I was looking at, the Bitcoin to the US dollar. And we were getting this consolidation here. Like this is pretty much some type of like, this is a little downtrend where we have 3 touches along this trend line. And then we broke that trend line. And the way how I look at area of interest, I'm giving away sauce, by the way. So if you have a notepad, you should probably take notes. But anyways, I had this box here for a while. I've had this box here for a while. What I'm gonna actually, I want to actually show the original drawing I had before price actually got to that area. So you know I'm not capping, because people are gonna say, oh, it's capped. Like I'm telling you, it's not. And that, so I'm actually gonna just paste this right on the chart. Is it gonna work? Yes. So this is this that you're looking at right here. I actually had this area mapped out before price got there. So you see price was supposed to, I had this box here and I had price falling into this box as my area of interest, right? So now you know I'm not capping. I'm going to show you, this is the receipt coming into this area. Basically what you're seeing here is I can delete this now because you already seen it now. This is the structure, right? This is Bitcoin structure coming down here. Like when you have areas where there's so much noise here, you can just go to a higher time frame, or you can just skip some of it. But it all depends. Like you can't just skip anything. You have to look at the stuff that makes sense, and then you can, like, if price breaks above a whole area like this, you can skip it and go to the top, right? So I'm going to show you. Price came all the way down. Some parts you can't skip. Like, see this part right here? This part's important. You can't skip this because price made a structure level, made the lowest low all the way down here. So the lowest low is all the way down here, but the body close was down here, which was in alignment with this trend. But you can't see the rest of it. But anyways, price broke that, came back up and tested this diagonal line of resistance, came back down again, pushed up above that, and now, haha, into my box again. The first one tapped the very top of the box with the wick. Came back up, but I was like, nah, you're coming into this box right here. And look, price has finally gotten into this box and the wick, and it didn't pass the box. You know why? Okay, because that's how structure works. But just up to here, let's analyze that part, right? So I'm gonna bring this down, and we're gonna do the same thing we did earlier, where we have the lower high, sorry, the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, break of structure. So let me get my break of structure here. So when price got to this level right here, this is on the 1 hour time frame, by the way, just so you could follow along. Break of structure right here. So now, so this was bearish. This break of structure, bullish. Comes back down, does not go lower than the lowest low. It makes a new high. So we were bullish here, came back down, made a higher low, and then made a higher high. So price is bullish. So this is why this matters, right? This is why all that structure matters, because that box is, as you notice, so now this is the range. This is the range that I'm playing with. The highest high, and this is, it's no longer this low because it made a higher high and then a higher low. So now this is the range. Look at that. Look at that. Does GJ already get to that level? What the heck? Oh, I put the alert too early. I don't want the alert there. I don't know how it moved. I thought I had it up here. So you see how it's already pushing up? I think it's going to consolidate around this level. If it does go back up here, I don't really see it going back up there. I see it, maybe it might go up here and make a wick and then come back down, but I don't see it making the final push until London session. And if it makes a push earlier, then I'm still not going to trade it. Like I'm not going to be thirsty for like a trade. Anyways, back to Bitcoin. This is the range you're playing with now. You see this range? This is the range. So I can take that what the heck? Yo, what the heck? Already. So the price might push above here, but to me, all that matters is where does the body close? Where does the body close? Because that's going to tell me if this is actually like, if this level is actually holding. It should, because I see all of this, but it doesn't matter. Like price could still do something that I'm not ready for. But anyways, I still want it. I still believe that it's going to close around this level to go lower. That's just what I think. And even if it does, even if it did come back here and played up in this range here, and this is just a fake out, I'm still bearish until it breaks this level right here, because this whole area, like price could even come into this area right here. Say this is a fake out. Price could come into this range right here and consolidate and do some nonsense in here, and then literally like break back down here, come back up, and then fall lower. So I'm aware of that. I just know that the range I'm playing with is all the way back here. Anyways, back to Bitcoin, because now I'm getting distracted. You see how, okay, you see how it's leaving those wicks? It's getting some rejection. So you know that something's happening now because we're getting some wicks in this area. But anyways, I'm going back to Bitcoin. This is the range. How do I know that's the range? Because I already marked this up earlier. But now if I move this, you see how it goes to the highest high and then it goes to the low. I know that's my range. So now what I'm looking for is if price is going to retrace, because remember, overall, everyone knows that Bitcoin's bullish. It's not like a mystery now. Everyone knows that Bitcoin's bullish. But okay, now what are we looking for in terms of a retracement? Because you're not going to buy into strength. You're not going to buy at the highest. If you're in a bullish market, you need to buy at a support. If you're bearish, you need to buy at a resistance. You never like see price pushing bullish and then now you want to buy at the high, because that doesn't make any sense. You gotta buy at a discount, right? And the discount is less than 50%. It's just like you going to a store and something you want something, but you don't want to pay the price that they have, so you want it to be on sale. So you have to look at this as like a product, right? So like if this was like oranges, and oranges are usually $1, why are you going to pay $5? You know what I mean? You're going to wait till it comes down and then you're going to buy oranges. So in this situation, I know that this was the range. So what I was looking for, and this is like a trick that you can use sometimes, is I was looking for very strong areas. First of all, I know that I'm only playing with this area here. So now I'm looking for areas where there's multiple touches, right? The most touches. And also, I'm looking for an area that's 50% or less, right? So let me actually put that range back on so you can see. So 50% is this area right here where price bounced off with the body. So I want to ideally buy in this area right here, right? So I knew that if price only came here, I'm not looking for anything up here because I want a discount, right? So now I'm going to take like my box and I'm going to look for areas where I have multiple touches. So it makes sense for me to take a buy, because obviously I'm looking for a buy. The market is still bullish. So I'm looking for an area where there's going to be 3 or more touches. So I come here and basically starting from here. So I can come down here. Is there 3 or more touches here? Yes. But what did I say earlier? It has to be at least 50% or less. So I'm starting down here. Right at 50%, do I have 3 or more touches? And I'm talking about the sharp turnarounds in the market. So we have this here, that's 1 touch, that's 2 touches, that's 3 touches. Yes, I have 3 touches, but remember, you can have multiple areas of interest. You can have multiple, and I want to choose the one that's the lowest. Like, I don't necessarily want the one at 50%. I want to buy lower than that. I want to buy at a discount. So this one, yes, it is valid and it could definitely work, but I also, there's some other things that I didn't talk about of why I chose the one that's lower, but that'll be another video, because then I have to explain like a whole new thing. And so I came down here. Is there more than 3 touches? No. So I came all the way down here and I was like, okay, I have 1 area, 2, I have 3, 4, 5. I was like, okay, that's dope. I have a few there. And then here I didn't have enough. Here I didn't have enough. Right here I was like, okay, I have when I came down here, it was like 1, 2, 3. I had 3 down here. So I instead of just making 2 different lines, I just made 1 whole box, and that became this box. So that's how I got that box. And then I was like, okay, if price comes into this area, and remember also, why am I more confident about this top one here? Because I have this, like, when I go back on here, you see I have the trend line starting. So a trend line is 2 points or more drawn into the future. So I was looking for a price to get a bounce right here, right? As you can see, it did fall below it, but that doesn't matter because, well, you can use the average of price. So I could even bring this all the way here. It'd still be right. It doesn't really matter. It's just like prices coming down here, and then if you on another time frame, see, watch. Let me show you something. On this time frame, do you see where the body is? The body didn't breach the trend line like how it did on the 1 hour. So I kind of just know that. I don't need to flip to this time frame to know that. I can just tell by the candlesticks that it didn't breach by the body, right? So anyways, back here, it comes down to this area of interest, and then now I'm looking at, okay, what's the signal that you would want to actually do something with this? There's an engulfing because you have two candles here. But if you go to a higher time frame, like in the let me go to 2 hour. Nope, I don't see it there. Go to, yeah, nothing there. Go to the 45 minute. There, see? There. That's exactly what. So right here you have an engulfing candle right here. So let's just say you did want to buy this market. This would be the area that you want. Right after this candle closed bullish like that and bounced, like, look how it bounced right off of the trend line and closed with an engulfing. So this area right here, this is where you would take your entry to go long, right there. And not even like, you could have waited for this to pull back here, like this little minor pullback, but I mean, it's not really that much. But like after this, because usually when you get like a candle like this, price like would try to meet the wick that's on this side and meet it on this side, because if it doesn't overlap the candle, then that's going to be an imbalance. So anyways, say you waited just for a little pullback here, then your entry would be here to go long. And then like if you look at the entire structure that started down here, we had a push up and then a push down. And so what did I say? Like, see, that was a mini break of structure and then came down to a discount. But if you look at the entire structure here, we had a push up all the way to here. And then we broke below 50% because price came all the way down here, 61.8, which price is a good area for price to move into. And then between 61.8 and the 78.6, this is the golden ratio, which is the strongest level on the fib that price would usually want to make a move from. It came right into that area and started pushing up, and that push up broke this area of this pattern here, this down diagonal trend line, and then came up and did like another break of structure, came back down into a discount. So this right now is like, I would say like a higher probability area, but just because of all of it's been holding. Yeah, anyways, it's been holding. So that being said, that's how I would break down Bitcoin. And where's the target? The target 61.8 is around 98K. But if you are into patterns, then you know that we have this chart is like messy, but it's all good. If you're into patterns, then you could look at this whole thing here. Where is it? Yeah, here. You could see this area right here. And then this area right here. So this is a cup and handle. So what you would usually do is you measure the distance from the bottom all the way to the top of this cup. And let's use, right? And then you would take this line and put it above here. Wait, this is supposed to be on the logarithmic chart. Oh. Not supposed to be like that. Okay. So that, yeah, that target is, I could have sworn that when I did, anyways, that's the target it's giving me, but I know that I was supposed to be around 120 per Bitcoin. So maybe, I'm not sure what I did with that. But anyways, if we're going back to that structure that's here, that was how I got this setup, and now it's starting to push. So we'll see. It'll probably, like, there's a resistance right here. So you could trade it up to there, and then we have another resistance right here, which is a weaker one. So if price does push up there, then it'll go to 94K per Bitcoin. And then from there, if it breaks above there, then, you know, a lot of people are expecting the price to go to 100K before the end of the year or early next year. This would be an area where if you have a lot of altcoins, it's around psychological level. So a lot of people will be taking profit. That's all I can say about that. Anyways, this was now over an hour and I'm getting tired of talking. So I'm going to go back here. If you want to see more of these videos, please, first of all, like, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel, share it, turn on your bell notification so anytime I go live, you'll be notified. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, like, let me know in the comments of what other things I could talk about, other type of videos that I could do. So far, I've just been doing live videos. I do want to do some more videos where it's like edited and all that kind of stuff, and I just post it. So I'll do that in the future. But yeah, that's my breakdown for the pound yen that I'm waiting on, that I'll most likely take there in London session. And this is how we do it. Tech versus tech. This is how we do it. This is the channel. And yeah, I gotta drop a bomb for that one. Okay. Right. A few. Oh, here. There you go. I didn't even use that. Anyways, y'all take care and have a good start to your next week. And I need like a catchphrase to say at the end. I'm just gonna say peace.